What's up, Soul Family? Coming at you with another collective reading. If you've been looking for messages from your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, or anything in between, then I could have a message for you. Even if they're something unconventional, like a character from another universe. I think we can draw knowledge and inspiration from all aspects of creation. We're not just bound to this physical reality that we perceive. That being said, if you want a one-on-one reading, you can directly message me. It'll be $20 for your first reading for up to 20 minutes. You can ask whatever question, or I'll pull whatever cards, and we'll see what comes out. If it doesn't resonate, I'll simply refund you. But that being said, let's jump right in. So first we have bowl with plenty of material things. Maybe this is a reading for my bougie bitches. We have vase with secret admirer. And then we have arrow. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. I kind of like the tea leaf cards because they kind of set the tone, but they're also really direct. So I don't think you really need to actually have to go much more in depth on them. A lot of times they end up coming out more in the tarot reading itself. But I feel like they're so nice, short, and to the point. I feel like they're definitely really useful. Then we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, Three of Swords seems to have been coming up a lot lately. So maybe you've been going through some very, very, very heavy energies lately, and you've been having to heal from it. And similar to yesterday, maybe you're trying to rationalize too much of what you're feeling versus allowing yourself to feel it. And there's nothing wrong with processing and sitting and trying to get to the bottom of, and processing and actually understanding what you're experiencing and why you feel what you feel. But there is also the need not to intellectualize why you feel it, though. It's allow yourself to feel it without having to feel like you shouldn't be feeling those things. And then the Six of Pentacles. So maybe you've been putting too much effort out and too much energy into situations and scenarios that they're not being reciprocated. Maybe your intentions and the actions that you have are just... And again, we never ever, or I say I never get from a place of wanting to receive something in return. I'm never a person to do things out of a transactional nature. But a lot of times you do have to make sure that you're not given from an empty cup, and you're not just pouring and pouring and pouring, and then your cup is empty, and then you're giving every last drop to every other aspect of creation aside from yourself. So, oops. With the Ace of Cups and the World card, there is some kind of difference, there's some kind of shift, there's some kind of breakthrough that is on its way. It's the energy of you completing out or filling out a major milestone, a major chapter. And even when it comes to the Three of Swords energy, the Ace of Cups is the perfect energy to counteract that. It points towards there being something that refreshes you. It's like that drop of water on a really hot summer day after you've been running or you've been out in the sun. It's that really refreshing breath of energy that sweeps us up after we've maybe gone through very difficult and tumultuous things and heavy things. So I think it's one of those things where I don't try to ever get false hope. I just pull the cards and say what comes out. That's it. But if you have been going through really difficult things and maybe you're about to close out a major milestone, and through all this you've gained a lot of clarity, and maybe as a result of it you're also going to be stepping into a lot of abundance through, and I think it's all a process. I think the spiritual journey is all just that, a process. So the Tower card, it can be, again, maybe sudden change coming out in a negative way, or maybe you've been going through a Tower moment. Maybe you've been having your structures already pretty much just be completely shattered and having to be reorganized and having to go through rebuilding from a different perspective. So maybe you are at the end of a Tower moment, maybe you are still going through one. But I can definitely say that, and I'd like to say maybe more so you are ending one because of the Ace of Cups and the World card. It makes me feel as if you're closing out a chapter, there's something that's ending. So maybe you've been going through a Tower moment, especially with the Three of Swords. It's been very painful and very difficult. Tower moments can be wildly traumatizing and very jarring to the mind as we go through immense levels of change and shifts through this physical realm. So then here it is again, the Chariot and the Four of Cups. It's the Four of Swords, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, it is Four of Cups, my apologies. So it's definitely the energy of being really discontent with a lot of situations that you're going through and not very, very happy with what's going on. And the need to continue to push forward even in spite of that. And I never say this lightly. I'm not saying that we don't have to give ourselves time to heal and process and basically be, you know what I mean? Because that is very much so, especially with the Four of Cups energy, the energy of allowing ourselves to rest and to contemplate and to sit down and to actually recuperate ourselves. But with the Chariot coming out, there also is the energy of having to push forward. I think Steve Harvey said it best, where he said, like, if you're going through hell, why would you stop there? Like, keep going until you're out of that shit. Like, if you're going through something difficult, there's no reason to stop where you are. You keep pushing forward until you're not there anymore. That, or I mean, you succumb to the circumstances and allow that to be what ends you. Like, there really isn't much of an in between. And I get that we have, and we're people who deserve the ability to have help and aid and everything else. But at the end of the day, that is all we really can do, is keep going in spite of the things that are going around us. And even if you are just sitting down for the day and just breathing and just existing, that is plenty. That is going on. That is moving forward. So don't ever discount the capacity that you have to be doing something, even if you don't think you're doing anything. Even just sitting down and allowing yourself just to be for a little bit is plenty on the journey. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, it's the energy of having to be disciplined, having to sometimes be a little bit more harder working and a little bit more in our masculine energy when it comes to approaching how we are gaining abundance, being very practical and being very grounded. Sometimes there are people who are really good at calling things in from the ethers, and they just have, the easiest experience. And sometimes the way that we get what we're trying to get is through the grind, is through, I want to say the grind, or well, the King of Pentacles, I guess, is kind of still that masculine energy. It's like, yeah, it is that grind energy, but sometimes the King of Pentacles energy is the energy of having to work hard or having to put effort behind manifesting the physical things that you're trying to desire, that you're trying to get. It's like the practical side. It's like the tangible thing. It's like you doing the things that are physical to get what you need. And that's the thing about tarot. Tarot encompasses the entire aspects of the human experience, and it even does teach us how to manifest. And I think so many people, when it comes to manifest, they hear the concepts of it, and I think they get too much in the non-physical aspect without understanding that there is a grounding, practical, tangible aspect to manifestation as well. That is motion, and that is action, and that is us taking what steps are needed to go forward in the way that we need to go forward. But that being said, peace and blessings, and I'll catch you guys in the next reading.